Welcome, magnificent beings of light, divine, radiant humans. How are you all doing out there? How are you all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so grateful you're here. Thank you if you're returning here and you are familiar with me. Thank you if you're new here and you're thinking, what's this about? Light codes, light language. Well, I'm Emily, but I'm more than Emily. I am a multidimensional being like you are, and I express myself creatively with my divine gifts through light language, light codes that come through my voice, that actually also come through my being, but you can't see them, or some people can see them. And so I'm here to express myself fully and freely before you today and to assist you on your path with my gifts, helping you come into more of your gifts. And this is very much of the theme at the moment. And so welcome to all of you who are here or returning, who just want to be more fully you in your full, radiant, authentic self-expression as divine beings, right? And this is the journey we're on. And I'm here speaking to you now on the 11th of February. So, but whenever you watch this, 2025, but whenever you watch this, trust that it's the right time for you. But the energies I'm currently feeling are very much to do with this full moon in Leo tomorrow. But I think it goes beyond that as well. But these energies are quite potent, and I just want to share with you a few things I've been going through that may maybe help you on your journey as well, and that are very much to do with these energies and what we're opening up to right now on our ascension path. Which is really coming more fully, freely into our uniqueness as our divine nature, right? Which is obviously unique to you, as this is unique to me, but more of that without the sense of limitation or constraint. We're becoming more unbridled, untamed, free, essentially. There's a real energy of freedom at the moment, of breaking free, of so yes, this you can see as I'm talking, my multidimensionality and my team flow through me seamlessly. So we're dissolving this sense of separation from us and our team, us and the cosmos, us and the earth, and us from each other. And as we do that, more of who we truly are, our multidimensionality seamlessly works with us as us, right? And so this, for me, is light language. Which is really an interpretation of frequency through sound, which I transmit through my voice. And through these codes often, as I said, some people can see them, but you might just be doing something completely different, and there's no right or wrong, better, worse than, but we're all here to step more fully into our multidimensionality, or experience and live more of that at this time. And that's what's generally happening. It can feel very uncomfortable, very unnerving, because a lot of this doesn't look like, feel like, sound like anything that we're familiar with. And so it can bring up a lot of fear, a lot of confusion, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of lots of stuff, right? And we all seem to be going through this big purification process so we can raise our frequency to tap into and embody and express more of this multidimensional us, which is, so we're becoming less of just a me and more of a we. And this goes beyond mental comprehension, right? This cannot be understood with the mind, and that's part of it. And part of the energies we're flowing through are not familiar, not logical, not understood by the mind. And it takes that level of real heart and coming into unconditional trust in who we truly are, knowing ourselves as divine, and feeling that and knowing that and living that. So we can just be it in the world, just live our divinity, right? Without going anywhere, having to do a certain thing in a certain way. I think all these old rules are collapsing, even rules and ways of thinking and being, what spirituality means to us, what consciousness means to us. That sense of the old is collapsing, and that means within our own belief systems, our own conditioning programs, belief systems, all of the stuff that we came in with or we grew up with is disappearing, and we're having to navigate new territory as humans, as multidimensional humans. It's quite exciting, but it also can be quite scary, because the way we show up in the world might be completely different and we don't know what that means. And so because of that, what happens is we go through a big dismantling and unraveling process and clearing process, so we can get sort of a release and let go of the past and all those things that aren't truly us, so we can be more fully who we are. And right now is a real powerful energy of breaking free to be more authentically, radiantly and uniquely us, and to shine brighter and freer and in new ways. And I'm going through this process as well. I've been going through so many I know I talk about this a lot. For those who are familiar with me, I seem to be talking about shadow work a lot, because, you know, I'm on the path of a priestess, and it involves a lot of shadow work, and to bring these frequencies through, I need to do a lot of work. And so I've been, in the last couple of weeks, going through so more depths. It just seems I think I've plunged the deepest depths, and then there's another layer of deeper depths. And I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but the depths are these deep shadows that are those parts of us that are hidden, really, and just are all part of the magnificence of us, that are just needing to be brought into the light, to be integrated and come into that wholeness. So those parts of you that you rejected or denied, and or old stagnant emotions, or things you don't need to carry from your ancestral lineage anymore. And all of this I've been deeply processing, and I've been talking to some of my fellow priestesses and fellow healers and light workers who are meeting very, very, very deep emotions. And as this full moon approaches, you know, it's water, it's emotional, and it's also, this one in Leo's, fiery and transformational, with Uranus involved and lots of things involved. You can go into the astrology of that if you wish. I'm not going to go into that, and that's not my bag. But you know, full moons are completions, they are illuminating, they are watery and emotional. And so I've been really clearing out, or intensely feeling and healing and releasing deep sorrow, sadness, gosh, and then meeting new levels of fears. And it's really interesting how this has been experienced by me, because it's not how I used to experience it. Like last year, the way I'm experiencing it now feels very, very different. It's very hard to put into words. So all I can say is that when I'm doing my daily practices, and my daily practices are simply me showing up. I get up in the morning and I sit there, have my coffee. I have one coffee. Yes, I have coffee. And then I kind of just tune into my heart, essentially, and give thanks for my day. I start with a riff of gratitude, a riff of being in the now, and what do I have right now, and I'm grateful for that, and I accept I am where I am, and I'm grateful. Just take a breath, because I can feel myself speeding up quite a bit. And then I let flow through me what wants to be flow through me. And for me, this is my light language. You know, for me to sit here in front of a screen is quite confined compared to how I usually do this. What I usually do is always standing up, and I move a lot and I express a lot. And what's been different in the last, well, this year essentially, is that my light codes there's more light codes coming through. And that's part of what happens as I raise my frequencies and I open up my heart more, and I open up to life more, and to these channeling abilities more. But I also notice my hand movements are really changing, and the way I'm working with me and the people I work with in my sessions are so structural and so specific. I'm really going to very specific points around the body with very specific hand mudras. I'm doing a lot down into the earth. I'm going through hips and bones and sinews and organs. And it's like this real fine kind of, like some people have been calling it like a cosmic physio session, or a cosmic acupuncture session, or something of that nature, because it really feels like that. And these codes seem to be really reorganizing us, really restructuring us, really excavating out that old density that just simply can't hold in these new frequencies, and that doesn't need to be held by us any longer, keeping us in any form of sense of separation and limitation. So in the light codes obviously wanted to flow through, so I'm going to bring through a transmission. But there's just a few things I want to say. So at the moment we're going through big heart openings. I can feel that when this happens, because I start to get a lot of heart fluttering, right? And when I do that, I feel like, oh, that's another defense that I'm letting down. That's another wall that I'm busting through, you know, because we you know, when we come through to the heart, it's a powerful place, as I'm always talking about the power of the heart. But, you know, we also have to work through and feel a lot of emotions through the heart. This is also where we tap into that deep passion, right? And I feel like we're being called into deeper levels of passion, really tapping into what are we being called into that lights us up, that is passion, that we feel passion for, that is a way of us flowing more essentially divine love through us into the world and opening up to receive more. So there's a lot of heart opening and heart healing going on. There's also a lot of deep clearing of deep old fears, deep fears from, you know, not this lifetime and not even from being human. So there's a lot going on. It feels very uncomfortable. I've been exhausted beyond exhaustion at times, where I've just literally had to go to bed and just sleep and sleep and sleep. I've had very marathon intensive workout levels of my morning practice, where I've just been 2-3 hours solid, clearing, opening, crying, purging, all of it, right? Strengthening, restructuring, calibrating, you know, increasing my bandwidth and all of that. Because I don't know what I'm being called into either. I'm with you in this. And I feel like I'm being called into even more of my self-expression in my own uniqueness. And I have no idea what that looks like, right? So I'm just saying I'm open. I don't know what it looks like. You know, the light codes come through and let's see, right? I don't know how that's going to show up in my relationships, how that's going to show up in my work. I'm kind of like, with my work, having to make new choices because of the way my business is growing, and thinking, how do my light codes want to serve? You know, what is really wanting to come through me, and how can I most assist with these gifts, and what does that even look or feel like? Because I'm not into the old business structures anymore and the old way of doing things, because that is just not singing true to me. You know, the traditional ways of doing things just feel old. They feel obsolete. So I've got to find new ways of being who I am with this uniqueness, running a business, living a life as human. I don't know what that looks like. It's quite scary. And so this is what we're going through, a lot of us right now. I don't know if you can relate to that. But if you're going through this too, you're not alone. And, you know, we can't get it wrong, and we're always perfect where we are. But it's an interesting time. I would call it wild. I would call it, you know, really living in discomfort and instability a lot more, and getting used to that kind of level of change, essentially change, right? This very fast change, transformation, dissolution of the old, unraveling of the old, emergence of the new, emergence of the new, emergence of the new. And it's happening simultaneously. So, you know, it's like breakdown, breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough. I'm laughing because when I'm not laughing, honestly, I'm crying. So with that said, I think we can bring through a light language transmission for us all, including me. And if you're new to this and you're curious, but I invite you to just have an open heart and mind and use your discernment. And this is really important. And that means really tuning into the wisdom of your body and how it feels when you listen to me. Does this feel open and light to you? Or is there a lot of, you know, that doesn't quite feel, not sure about that. In fact, that can be fear coming up. So see if you can get used to contraction that is actually fear of something unfamiliar, or fear of something that is beyond what you're used to. But also, just if you feel like, oh, now's not the right time, these transmissions that I bring through are quite potent energetically. This is energy and soul work. And so these light codes can help you heal. They can help us strengthen. They can help us clear. They can help us essentially come back into more harmony. They're essentially harmonizing. But also a lot of my light codes are actually frequencies of locations, cosmic locations. In fact, my Yanasheo is that. are frequencies of locations that where many of us were trained before we came in. And by me giving you these codes, they help you unlock something in you that remembers that training that you came in here to with your gifts, right? So they're things like that, but there's lots of keys. These codes are like keys that unlock something within you to come more into your full authentic self-expression, to help you remember your cosmic nature, to remember your multidimensional nature, to remember yourselves as more of who you are truly beyond just this front, right? This physical vessel that's very much part of us, but it's not just who we are. Whew, I'm getting quite a lot of energy building today. I don't know if you can feel that energy. So I'm just going to take a couple of breaths. And I'm going to have a little bit of sip of water as well. I'm going to bring through a light language transmission for us all. That is for what would most assist and serve us and support us and be most beneficial for all of us, wherever and whenever you are watching this. And that truly is in service to the highest good of all. Okay, so let's see. I just invite you to choose to listen to this when you can have a bit of free time for yourself, where you're not doing something else, just because it would just work better if you just give yourself some time and space. So do it before you go to bed, or I say do it, listen before you go to bed, or when you have some space to just be you. Ah yeah, ah yeah, ah yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ashuturu nika de kashana korte kashana korte kashata kala atukoshe ete kashata koroshani. Turut kata atikashani kada kata ka atukoroshe ete kashe. Turut. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Torshaki te karato koroshe ete ete kashana korte ete kashana koroto. So I'm coming to the left. I'm doing some codes to the left side of the body, and I'm really anchored in the heart right now. Tornita kromme sheketi kanumma, ikotosha kanumme esheti, trokonita omma, akutushpatirani, troshakanyatu, orotukuwe, yakutoshe akishatum, akutukashe de granuma we. Troshakaniketa kachata krotum, akutoshe eketika atutu, trokatika shite, trokatita owe, akisha troketika atukre etike shatomewe, atomewe, trokatita krotukashati gradika, troshatika atakra etike shatika atoshatu, troshatika trokatigra we. So I'm coming to the left, doing a lot around the left side, which is really around the feminine. Interesting. Aye, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah. Aye, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah. Ashetorum etikashano kotokesheniato. Akushwatirani, 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 akushwatirani. Droshatikani, tikrahato korshe etikashekere. So I'm doing these big sweeping figure eights through the head and through the heart. Aye, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah. Atarana. Now sweeping through the heart, where I'm holding some points on the left and the left of the field. Yeah, we're doing some sweeping through the heart field. Aye, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah. Ishatume, 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 ishatume. Atorani tarana, torani tarana, torani tarana, torani tarana. Aye, 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 aye. So I'm feeling in the invitation of much more flow, to flow with the changes. Much more, it's feeling a very divine feminine energy that wants to come more into expression, that is just fed up with that feeling of constraint and feeling of things having to be a certain way, elements of control and trying to micromanage everything. It's like the lid needs to come off, right? It's like a busting free needs to happen. It's like trying to hold this vast flow of water through a very, narrow space is just not working anymore, and so the banks need to open or even be broken altogether to allow this whoosh, a free creativity, a free creative flow, of free expression. And a lot of this seems to be through the heart and tapping into the real energy of the heart for this, like tapping in, like I said, to that passion. So feeling a lot of heart opening and just like opening up the heart, allowing the heart to be cracked open, allow the heart to open more fully. So coming into the third eye. So I'm still doing codes to the left of the field. Yanasheu, 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 Yanasheu. Atoronita arum, atotokra settikra hattu, rossettikra nitaranna, tokra etika, tokra atomma akettikra hattu, rossettikra nitarum, atokra settikra etikesekre. It's like there's this thread that's coming from the left of the heart, all the way out through the heart field and to the far edges. Akoto shvattikra nitarum, akoto settikra isenna korotaka settikra etikosatoko etika atomme settikra nitarotum, akoto koto settikra nitaranna aranna, otoshvatirani, akoto koto. So we're doing some work in the third eye here. Atoshattikra nitaram, atokoshe etiksekre. And it really into the heart as well. I feel like we need to take a few deep breaths here. Really strong, low, long exhale. I'm actually hearing that we need to redefine what it means to be human in itself. This is quite big, to realize that we are more than human, and redefining all of these belief systems about who we are. It's not even just thinking outside the box anymore. It's like being outside the box. It's expressing outside the box. It's flowing. In fact, there's no box. Ashetika nume shekini atume shekite anume shekite ashutume shete dokushwatita ni ahuhwe hufwe hufwe akutwashwatila ni hatu 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 aye 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 ahuye ahuye ya akitikara shatakora shatakara etika shataka otorshe etika shatakora etika shanakora etika shatakara anumma atuhwe atuhwe atuhwe. So I'm coming right down the central column now, through the solar plexus right down to the waist. Right into the navel. So I'm doing some movements on the right. Akutu kutu 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 kushwa titi titi shita tu kushwa titi 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 trokati keshini yatum akutu kutu keshana kara atukoshe et keshana korate keshata kara etikeshe troshati inyato. So I'm doing some sweeping sort of like washing a window on the right, and I'm right down into the sacral area now. Troshati anekoro etika shana korate etika shana korate etika shana korate etika shata kara atukoshe etika shana korate etika shana korate etika shana anuma akutuka tikara atukoro etishe to Akitika atika atukoto atike etike 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 aye 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 ya oye ya oye ya oye aye aye ya oye ya oye ya troshati granita romma. Coming onto the chin and the sacral. Trosheti granita ate korotuko ate gratika sheka domi. Ika ati ate korona atika omeshe. Troka ati atume. Ika tu ufwe. Ika atika adume. Ika aturoko ite alenita arama. Ika atukorake eranita. Troka ati grashete rahatu. Ufwe. Trokata atika grashiti gratukoro itika umma. Akutukoswa tikra nitarumma. Akutukoro. I'm coming right to the jaw, the right jaw here. Ishaturnika takata rumma akitikara hatukara shitikara etikara shekere. Trushatikara nitarumma. Akutukara shitikara atu. Back under the chin. All the time in the sacral too. To the left jaw. Tutto ita atome e sekanome keshete. Trokoto shenekotome shete. Akutushwatilania. Hatu. Kita granika tukra inika ki anome ya ye ya o ye ka anome ke anome ye ya okay o ye ya. So doing lots of codes around the jaw area. Coming down to the throat. So I'm really coming through the throat here. There's a lot of fast energy here today, isn't there? The upper chest. Kirano. So I'm really deep into the sacral and I'm just tapping on this upper chest here. As I'm tapping here on this upper chest, I'm feeling it like as an opening, like right through the upper chest here, like through the back, like a beam of light through the back, really big beam, and through the front as well. Ah yeah, ah yeah, ah yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Torsettikara nukoro etikesan nukoro kottukoro setik ete. Torttakara nittarum, a torkara 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 nittarum, a kukukikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikkikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikkikikikikikikikikikikikkikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikkikikikikikikikikkikikikikikikikikikikikkhikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikikik. Coming up to this upper hairline. Wow, it's quite full on today, isn't it? Shayana Kotoriana, Shayana Kotoriana, Shayana Kotoriana, Akatkashini Haurusha, Tuya, 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 Trokita Arme. Troccattegro tumme, e catacotorcettegro tuque e aisha toromike, troccattegro pa troccattegro tumme, a crottocattegre ettek e chatome. Coming right down the center of the forehead. Ki troccattegro atocroscettegre etcesecre 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 otur, atu, tutto ishatni. Kirano. Kirano. Trekita aranita orum. Akuto shvatirani. Akuto shatigranita ram. Akuto krashitigrana otu. Coming right through the central part of the upper channel to the upper chest. Trekita anika arum. Ikuto shatigrati iti. Ikrotakattegra hatukore etike sette akutukore settigra nume akutukore settigra hatu torsettigra nitta alanna akutukore settigra atukore etike sette akutukore settigra nitta arum. Another few deep breaths, please. Hatorshenigra nitta haha oshwati ashwati ashwati. Take a deep breath right through down into the sacral and low long exhale. Ah yeah, ah yeah, ah yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm feeling a lot more opening, a lot of light flowing through. Torsettikara nukkoro eetika sennakoro te kattakara anita arani aha. Trokite ashete anita. Trokoto eshania noma away. Akotoshpatirania. Trokati ashe. Trokani shatnea owe. Akkorotike sennekara tukko ja kiarani. Trokattikara tukkoro eetika sennarani. Akkotorse eetika sennakoro tukkoro eetika anita. Troktakara nittara tu. Akkotorse eetika settikara otushvat injatu. Atushvatirani, akushvatirani, atuma owe, akutushvatirani, hatu. Ikatushvatirani, hatu. Ikaretita, rumma, hashotum. Ikatokoroshetike atishatum. Ikutushvatirani, hatu. So as I'm bringing this team member in, I'm working around through areas of the sacral. Atushvatkia nume, kita adomme, kisatiranita, tukatteka settikratita, ummaha, akisaturo kutushvaki, akutushvatiranita, rutukushvatirania, hatu. Ikisaturo mikita, orutu, achisha, kummewe. Coming down to the sort of lower sacral now. Troshike ennikrotika annika aromme etekeshe, troka anita aranna, akutushvatigrani, akutor etigrasheni annume away, ikroteka sherania, hatu. Ishadingia tekra atokreshendi enia. Away. Atome sheteranita aranna. Akotoresheteke amma away. Arum. Trosteka nita aratita. Tukroteka asheteranita. Trokata anna amma. Akroshetekra titaranita. Trokata grana away. Aye. Tortikana korotika atukroshetika atumeya. Torkatikra shetikra hatu. Aye, oh yeah. Coming up into the sort of navel area. Aye, oh yeah. Down to the third eye as well. Just holding here for the moment. So I'm seeing some stuff clear out from the third eye as I'm doing this. Back to the heart. Atorenika arumme eshetirani. Trokatigranu tumma ahue. Trokatike ainiato. Trokita arinia trokotre tikashani tiranita. Troshatiranita rumma atu. Coming really up to the upper solar plexus, sort of the lower rib cage area, right at the bottom of the sternum now. Ashatorenita aramma. Atorishetigrati atumma. Atorakitika atika atsitika shetika etika shekere etika shekere etika shekere etika shekere aye 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 auye auye Shayana Katriana, Shayana Katriana, Shayana Katriana, Akatkashini coming right through the lower centers now, through the central column. Coming down to the root. Kirano. Really grounding this through, really feeling some clearing of the roots as I'm doing this. Aye, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh. Aye, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah. Atornita aroma. Oku, oku, oku. I'm just holding really in this root now, in the heart. Torashete granita aroma. Akoto koto 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 koto. Torashete granita aroma. Akoto koto 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 koto. Coming across from the left to the right of the heart field. Okay, feeling some expansion taking place. Torashete granita aroma. Akoto koto 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 koto. Ushwatirani. Toranicha aroma ohwe. Otushwatirania. So I'm just really holding you right in the heart now with the root. So what I'm feeling as I'm doing this is there's so much of us carrying so much fear and distrust of allowing our heart to guide us, allowing ourselves to truly enter the heart, because we've not been encouraged to do so, and it can often be painful to release the barriers and the hurt from within the heart. A lot of us are carrying burdens still here from the past, and it's time for us to forgive and fully release the past. Really let go. I'm just going to hold here for a moment until we close. I think we're calibrating here. Yeah. Yes, we are complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So that was interesting. I feel like the power was surging through today. You know what? Yesterday, I couldn't get out of bed yesterday, and I can't believe I'm doing this today. This is how the energies are. I slept for like 9-10 hours last night. And then today I'm kind of shook. So whether you're exhausted or full of life, you know, it's all part of the journey, isn't it? And I really hope and pray that this supports you optimally, however you need it and however you interpret it. And I try not to give too much interpretation because I feel it's for you and your higher self to do that, and you will receive exactly what you need. I just explain to you where I'm going and what I'm doing, but trust your own process. I trust and pray, and I know that these codes will have affected you optimally in some way that's right for you. And I'd love to hear how you experience that and receive that in the comments below. Whew, very fast, very strong energies today, and a lot of feeling of freedom, of really living outside any kind of box any longer, and really finding out and discovering and expressing our uniqueness, you know, our creative self-expression fully and freely, dynamically, creatively, in new ways that we might not even be, you know, aware of yet. So this is going to be exciting, and I can't wait to see you all doing that and hearing about you all doing that. Yeah, however that is. And remember, it's always unique for you. That's the point. You're unique. So with that said, I'm going to send you love and blessings, and I'm really grateful to be back today, and I'm going to bring another transmission just as soon as I'm able and as soon as it feels aligned. And thank you for your presence, your heart, your love. I love and appreciate all of you on this journey with me. It's a really exciting and wild time, isn't it? Love and blessings. Take care.